10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Ursa Warrior.
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Keeper of the Light.
Dire team pick.
Lone Druid.
Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
War Chief.
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Behold the Horn of Magnus.
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Rubik.
Dire team pick.
Life Stealer.
Radiant team ban. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Silencer.
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Ten seconds remaining.
Outworld Devourer.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
You know, good luck, have fun being said, and all that good stuff. Teams hopefully just adjusting their computers. Sometimes we have a little bit of lag here and there, so that's why most people tend to just go for that first little pause just to see that everything is right. Maybe just, well, I don't know. Some people also use it to obviously discuss what is happening right now, you know, but usually that is sorted out in the scrim kind of practice. You don't do that in official because, you know, you've already played a million games, so you know what you're doing. You know what the game plan is, but never know. I mean, if the game is paused, people are still talking, right? There's no way that they wouldn't wouldn't like quickly say, hey guys, we'll put this wall, we'll put this wall, we'll go here, you buy that, kind of thing. All right, smoke comes out, they're moving out, and they're going to be ready. It's like the Centaur just picks up a little casual Poleman shield. He will go up into a lane that is very, very sad for Centaur to be in. Lifesteal is not really a funny hero to be against when you're Centaur Warner, especially with the new change to Centaur where he's down to 1 base armor. So this Lifesteal will have an easy time zoning him out pretty much on his own. And add on top a good laning support, the Silencer with the Arcane Curse, always an annoying zoning tool. Obviously the Slaves of Wisdom also does a lot of damage. This starter might not be in the bottom lane, well, might not be in the top lane like ever. I don't imagine he will ever roam to the top lane unless he's looking for a quick kill on the Centaur, because it's not necessary. You don't need to have 3 heroes to zone out that Centaur. He should be zonable just by these 2 heroes alone. And because of that, you can see the Keep of the Light will be up in the top lane to begin with as well. So they will go for this 2 versus 2 lane setup. And I guess the Keep of the Light with the Illuminate Blast is going to be able a little bit more work in terms of harassment against these next gen heroes. Mid lane will have the Lone Druid versus OD, which is also a fairly even lane, I think.
The battle
If anything,
begins.
the Lone Druid might actually win this lane. I'm not entirely sure, but I think it might be how it works. Oh, what the hell just happened here? Okay, it looks like they had a little bit of a skirmish here. The starter came into position. They do have another crush available, but they're not going to be able to get it off before it gets up to the high ground. And he does have a shrine heal available anyways, but they got the Keep of the Light, so I guess I didn't really respect the fact that the starter would be able to make a rotation up there, and well, they got a kill suddenly. Last word skilled up by the Silent. I think this is the best idea in the world. It doesn't do too much damage, but you know, it's done now. They will go up onto that Centaur, and I guess the damage is actually the same from last word. If you don't use it, if you don't use the spell instantly, I believe you take less damage. But no, for level 1 spell that you can spam quite frequently, 150 damage is not bad. Harass the Centaur a little bit for sure. They will be able to get another jump here, and they should get this kill easily indeed. That is going to be happening, so the Centaur drop down in this top lane as well. The starter and the Silencer both still having enough mana available to continue fighting a little bit. Don't worry. Okay, what? That's an interesting way of pulling. Does it actually work? Oh, it works. It's kind of an interesting way of pulling. I believe it depends on which creep wave it is, if you can actually do that. Because, and plus you will never get all of the creeps, because they will have to like walk through this little tiny area, which is not going to be possible. So you might get like 1 or 2 creeps, but either way, you know, just denying the range creep pretty much for free is not a bad thing. It's a fancy little pull. The Magnus have just been spending his early game in the jungle, didn't even decide to go to lane whatsoever. So I guess that's logical. You're playing against an Ursa, so it's not a fun lane to be in. Most Magnus players, they go for boots level 1, so that means they will be able to be in the lane against the Ursa, but I guess this is just a safe approach. He doesn't want to have skewer level 1 and worry about his life all the time. This way he just gets to, you know, have fun in the jungle, do whatever he wants to do, and he can also help the Lone Druid in the mid lane a little bit by giving that power off.
Damage. That should help.
Apologies. So my allergies is acting up in the morning. Unfortunate. Alright, the Centaur on the top lane does get jumped on. He might have to use this little shrine. I mean, he most likely will do it anyways. It's not like he forced it out with the starter here, but either way, he was just jungling a little bit, trying to get some farm for himself. He is looking to go for that Iron Talon as well. That's just his way of saying, well, you know, the lane is not that fun. The Keep of the Light might be able to do it a little bit better. He will try to just go for TP out here. Starter's not quite close enough. He will make it back to his base, so everything will be fine. Sentinel in the meantime just backing himself up, picking up his Iron Talon, and then he can go back to jungling. Maybe finish off this camp. It's not really the... That's actually a pretty crazy camp to finish off. They do a lot of damage to it, but he will try. Get his levels up and running, and let's see how things is going in terms of the lanes. The Ursa versus the Lifesteal. The Lifesteal is a little bit behind in terms of last hits, almost 10 last hits behind because he's been focusing on fighting a little bit, and that does take some last hits away from you. The Lone Druid in the mid lane is ahead of the OD by a small amount, and as for the two offlaners, the Magnus is now sitting on 16 last hits from this AFK jungle mode, and the Centaur, he has some catching up to do. Between the Centaur as well as the Keeper of the Light, they have roughly 10 lasses, so next gen they are a little bit behind, or what's called a little bit ahead in this early game, and it looks like they're trying to stay that way. The Slaughter is making sure that the Centaur will not be able to get any good jungle farm going unless he wants to share the experience with the Slaughter, and well, he doesn't want to do that obviously. The Keeper of the Light in the top lane still having a good time, level 3, able to just continuously push back this Lifesteal. The Lifesteal does not have any more region available either, so he needs to be careful about his HP, as for the moment, you know, you might have to use a couple hundred gold just to buy some healing salves or whatever to survive against this Cardinal, because he is very, very annoying. And now the Centaur goes back into the lane. The Keeper of the Light will make sure that he doesn't leave too much of that experience as well. This is the glorious thing about having a Keeper of the Light in your lane. But speak about with the Centaur now gets jumped on by the Lifesteal. The Lifesteal does not care, and the last word comes out from the Silencer will be enough to get the kill on the Centaur as he drops down. So maybe you should just let this Keeper of the Light be the sole survivor in this lane and just let him do his thing. Sure, the Lifesteal still low on region, doesn't have too much available, but you know, he can still go for some fighting. He can still fight that Centaur easily. He's now down to 200 HP, so this is the point where you're like, okay, I need to buy some region, get someone help. And indeed, well, there's some tankos on the Silencer actually. The Silencer decided to buy some. I guess he wants to pass them along to the Lifesteal in the meantime. Ooh, Eliminate Blast. He does pop a rage. Make sure he didn't get hit, and now he goes for TP back into the shrine. We'll heal that up and then go back where he came from. A little bit annoying. He will lose a little bit of farming time because of this, and going back to the lane, there's still no region available on you. There's Rubik here as well now as bottom lane. The Earth is fine on his own, so looks like they're just looking to put as much pressure as they can on the Lifesteal, and considering he's 20 last hits behind of the Ursa, it is working out. He is being pressured, so EVOS is doing a good job at making sure he doesn't get that much out of the laning experience. Net worth wise, even with a couple of kills on him, I mean, he has 1 kill and 2 assists. He's still behind of the Ursa by roughly 700 gold, so it's working out. Try to leech a little bit here, and then, well, they do also get with the last with the Fade Bowl as well as the Illuminate Blast, so the Ursa, the Lifesteal once again doesn't get much out of this build. OD in the mid lane versus the Lone Druid, still very, very even between these two, and they're just hitting creeps. They're just, you know, trading lasses, whatever. Looks like the OD is going to go for that good old standard Midas pickup. He has 2 null talismans to set up for it, so just to make sure he can get some net worth up and running. Magnus is in the bottom lane now, as the Ursa is all on his own. The Rubik will come back into position, and maybe they're looking to go for a kill here. The skewer has already been used by the Magnus, so if they get a lift on him, they could maybe get a kill, but he's too far away, and beady with those pieces of speed available, so everything will be fine. Magnus will now just go back into the jungle, continue where he left off, and well, he's not necessarily, he's having a decent time. You know, he has his boots, he has his Iron Talon, net last hit wise, he's maybe a little bit behind compared to what we want him to be, since the Keeper of the Light as well as the Centaur, they're both getting a decent amount of last hits now. The Centaur, he still has this 1 camp he can clear, but decided not to do it just yet because, you know, it kills him. That's a nasty double camp. Lifesteal run is going to find the Centaur instead of the Keeper of the Light. This might be a better chance, and looks like he will be taken down on the Centaur indeed. He will be killed in his own base, and I believe since the Silencer got the last hit, he still got the intelligence as well. Indeed, he's sitting on 8 intelligence. It's kind of weird how that works. If you're not the one getting the last hit, if the kill is like, it gets outside of your range quickly, then you don't get the intelligence, but since he was the one getting the last hit, I believe the way it works is you always get the intelligence then. It's kind of strange. Either way, you know, intelligence has been gained by the Silencer, so he's a happy dude. 8 intelligence at 8 minutes, so you know, just a casual +1 buff every minute on your support silencer. That's not a bad idea, you know. That's lovely.
Generation.
Need to keep in mind that as much intelligence the silencer gets, the enemy loses the intelligence as well, and he gets more right-click damage whenever he picks those up as well. And sure, he doesn't have his Glaze of Wisdom skill up just yet, but at some point he will skill it up, and he will do a lot of damage with it. Now that the fight is going to be spotted out, we do have the Silence moving. He is setting up this block. This Keep Alive, the Keep Alive is trying to go for the TP back home. I believe he wasn't quick enough to react with it to survive, and indeed, he was quick enough, so he will be fine. I don't think they care too much about that, though. I mean, you know, if they survive, it's you know, whatever. But as long as they can keep forcing those TPs to be used, so this Keep Alive continues to just walk away from the lane. That's what they need to make sure happens on the side of next gen. So just get the trees up. Bottom lane, the Slaughter has been sitting, releasing a little bit of wind. The Magnus was not here. He's still 4 right now. He's running in, trying to get a jump on, and I'm not sure if this was the right way to do it because they still have the left available. The Slaughter will just be taken down, not able to do too much. He does buy space and makes sure that the Ursa is still here on his tower for a little while. In the meantime, the Lodian tries to use the Savage Roll. Does actually not hit it though. I think this was on the bear, but didn't actually happen. Root comes out on the Ursa. The Ursa is going to be controlled. Pops into rage. Will be alive for now, but he should lose his life here. The Rubik tries to go for a TP back home, and he will be fine. So I guess all things considered, you force out four rotations from the side of next gen, and they still lose 2 heroes before the Ursa drops down. Well misplaced here and there, so the Slaughter as well as Silence ends up losing their lives, but oh well. And that was actually 2 kills in the Slaughter in the last little while as well, so I guess the Ursa on the side of EVOS is the one hero who's having a lovely time. He is 1,000 net worth ahead of the Lone Grid. The OD, sure, he's a little bit behind right now, but he will pick up his Midas momentarily, and then he can start farming himself. As for the Centaur and the Keep with the Light, they're both kind of sharing the amount of experience they're getting. The Keep with the Light rushing towards that Aghanim Scepter, and the Centaur, he's just moving to whatever lane he can get, as he doesn't really care where he's farming. It's just about getting some farm. He will have Stampede up momentarily, so he's trying to get that experience up and running as quick as he can in case the Ursa needs it. But the Ursa, in the meantime, he has that Vladimir's completely. Got killed in the bottom lane, and after him dying, he's like, okay guys, I'll go make a rotation. I'll go for Roshan, as it's not as obvious the way you do it. You know, you die and people just expect you to be slow to get into the lane, so they might not make that call that is like, oh, he's in Roche, oh, he's in Roche, because, you know, you might be in the jungle, you might be moving back to some lane or whatever, look to get a gank going, so that could be a lot of things Ursa is doing, and he does get space to get that Aegis up and running on him, so he's sitting on a good amount of net worth. He's only 1,000 gold away from his blink as well, so it is going to come online roughly around 14 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, and well, then it's an active Ursa we're looking at. If he gets it at 14-15 minutes, it means he has like 1 or 2 minutes left to work with that Aegis, so you are on a small timer if you want to get some value out of that Aegis, but if not, I imagine he will just try and group up with his team and go for a push. In the meantime, the Keeper's Light goes for TP out now. We'll be able to do that again as the Slaughter still not quite fast enough to get that kill. Not quite fast enough. Oh, the Keeper's Light once again just escapes with his life, has that punches available, and considering how fast the Keeper's Light is, you know, there's no way that this lifesteal will be able to continue killing him. He has enough stats to survive a couple of hits from the lifesteal, and he can always go for those TP rotations whenever the lifesteal tries to go on him with the skulls. Stampede was using the bottom lane just to get out. Well, I'm not sure what happened, but it looks like the center was in a little bit of an issue. So he just went for the TP out. He's looking to go for that blink pickup as well himself. He will have it up momentarily. Only needs around 700-800 gold, so it will be, well, not the same timing as the Ursa. The Ursa has it up in 50 gold, but it's going to be close to that. And now the Keeper of the Light moving himself a little further into the lane. They're wrapping around. They want to get a jump on him. They see him, and they are not going to let go of this guy. He's trying to get into a little clutch position, but he still has his TP on cooldown for the next 10 seconds. So they will run him down. They will see him, and I like the move from the Slaughter. He's actually saving his stun just to make sure that in case the TP is available, he doesn't use his stun too early, which is something that most people, they actually just misplay. They're just like, okay, we go in and we crush instantly when we see them, and then they might be able to TP out. Silencer got killed in the bottom lane, and the Rubik got killed in the mid lane in the meantime, so a little bit of kill action here and there. We have the Infest Bomb coming out on the Magnus now. He still doesn't have his blink available. He went for the Helm of the Dominator first item, but he's trying to make a wraparound. He does have that skewer, and it looks like they're looking for the OD.
Radiant's middle tower is under
kind of
attack.
fancy rotation they're making. The Lone Druid will push the T-Tower on the mid lane. In the meantime, the OD comes into position, and the Magnus, he's going to move himself back and forward. Will pick up that Bounty Rune. Now he will go into the mid lane, try and set up on the OD potentially. He has that bird available. They will run down onto the OD. They have the vision of him. It's just about getting closer in. They do the skewer as well. They go in. They go for the skewer. The stampede. Oh, but it's not going to be good enough. The OD. He's still close enough. The OD might die here. One more hit and that is going to be good enough. The Rubik stealing the RP, shooting it back onto the enemy. Was a very nice play there, but not quite good enough to keep the OD alive. Global Silence comes out from the side of next gen as well, just to make sure that nothing happens. Nothing happens. And yeah, now we see the Ursa going in. He does get feared up, so he does get pushed away. And this is what I was talking about in the draft as well. This is why it's a little bit annoying to play Ursa against Lone Druid. You jump in, you Ursa him, you try and slow him, and then you get feared and you just walk away. So like, well, whatever.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Alright, well, a lot of big spells used on the side of next gen. Obviously, the RP is on cooldown for the next minute. The global silence is on cooldown for a minute and a half as well. So there's a lot of power potential on the side of EVOS right now. They still have the Aegis available for another minute. The slot is going to be found up here on the high ground. He can run on him. He can jump on him if he wants to on the Ursa, but looks like he doesn't really care so much. He's just going to pick up himself a little point boost and farm some more. Slaughter will leech, he's like, okay, well, you're farming next to me, I might as well leech a little bit. The Rubik could go for TP out in the top and almost died from that empowered lifesteal, but I guess not quite enough power, not quite enough damage to do that. Magnus is going to rush towards his Blink Dagger next. He does have his Arcane Boost complete as well, so everything is good to go on this guy. Having a good amount of farm. The Lone Druid is sitting on a Dragonlance and actually a Yasha of all things, but I suppose having a Mantis Soul is not a bad idea against the against the Mana Leak, for example. The Blinding Light does some annoying things on the side of EVOS. Even just the slow effect from the Centaur Stampede as well as the Earth Shock is not a bad idea to have a Mantis Soul for. Just get a little bit of room to work with. Alright, Ursa. It's spotted out here, doesn't have a spring available in 3 seconds. Stampede comes out to give him some more space, and he will be fine. DOD comes into position as well to give him a little bit of a helping hand, and looks like this is going to be it. Nothing else will happen. The Cupid in the top lane still just farming as per usual. He's sitting on roughly 1500 gold away from that Acronym Scepter, so looks like it will come online before the 20-minute mark. If he can continue farming like this, looks like. Next gen in the meantime, they are gathering up for a smoke push, but much do they want to wait? Do they want to wait for the Magnus to get a little bit of mana perhaps? They might have to use the shrine. Looks like they are at least trying to do something. His blink is up very soon, so it might be what they're waiting for. They're like, okay, let's get the blink up and running on this Magnus, and then he can go for the play. And he can go and do his thing. He'll pick up his blink now, so we'll see. Rams on DOD in the meantime. Does have that Midas +4 stuff completed, and we'll go for Threats next. So you can see that his net worth is now on the same amount as the Lone Druid yet again. So he's not quite behind anymore. The Centaur picked up his blink a moment ago as well. Still behind of the Magnus by 1000 gold, but he is also sharing his off-lane farm with the Keeper. So they are kind of like together. They are making up for it. The Slaughter very close to his blink. He doesn't want to be picked off here. They are running him down, trying to get a lift off on him, but not quite happening. They did not want to use that Stampede, or didn't have the Stampede available, so I guess either way they wouldn't have been able to get that kill with Slaughter. The Lone Druid comes into position, does have his Empower available, and he's going to do a lot of damage into Ursa. They will go for Stampede defensively. They're like, okay, just get the hell out. I kind of felt a little bit strange using the Stampede for that. Sure, the Lone Druid was showing that he wanted to take a fight potentially, but I'm sure when those 4 heroes gathered up on the side of EVOS, it's not like Next Gen is looking for a big opening to get a fight going. So maybe just a little bit of of scared people there on the side of EVOS, and on the mid lane the Rubik gets jumped by the Magnus, and he will be one casualty. They didn't have to use anything, obviously knowing that the Stampede was on cooldown. There's nothing that can save the Rubik, so he will just die a little sad death. And that's kind of the punishment for using the Stampede like this. You know, you might have had to use the Stampede, you might not have, but since you used it, they can abuse it and they can get a quick kill. Oh God. Stuff nose is sadness.
Dire's top tower
Let's
is
see the
under
Magnus.
attack.
He is going for that initiation Magnus style of build. That's pretty much the way for building Magnus these days. It's obviously the mid Magnus usually goes for something like Echo Saber, then Blink, then BKB. But if you're playing offlane, or if you want to just focus on initiating a little bit more, it's usually this, you know, maybe Dominator is a little bit so and so. You can pick it up or you cannot. It doesn't matter too much. Some people just like having a Dominator on their team and having a little creep running around, but on top of that, it's all about the Blink, the Fall Staff, and then perhaps a Shadow Blade, and then you go into that OD the mid lane gets jumped down by that Slaughter, just picking up his Blink Dagger, and he will instantly make an initiation onto the OD. Big money target as well. As bottom lane in the meantime was pushed out by this Magnus showing himself, and he will back himself up as they showed lifesteal in the mid lane. So obviously EVOS, the second they see the lifesteal in the mid lane, they're like, okay, let's kill the Magnus bottom, but he's already just getting himself out of that. The Keep side in the top lane is hiding himself in the trees for now. Only needs 100 more gold to finish up that Icon Interceptor, so he is very soon done with this AFK in the top lane kind of thing that he's been playing the whole game, and he will start making some moves on the map with his team, and he needs to do that because EVOS, they are kind of behind. Well, they're behind in terms of kills, that is, but I guess in net worth they are very far ahead. Here's farming like a god. He is actually 3,000 gold ahead. How is that even possible? I guess he's just ahead. He's ahead in last hits. He's ahead in kills as well. He's been getting most of the kills for the team for 1 and 4. So this Ursa is having a great time, and now he's going for Roshan. Looks like he will be able to pick it up easily as well. So EVOS with a 4,000 net worth lead. Now the star's going to make a wrap around as well. Find someone. The center will be spotty. Goes to the Stampede, but it's little too late. He will be killed. He knew what he had to do though, just instantly using that Stampede, just hammering down that button. But if you get stunned, those couple of seconds where the lifesteal hits you, that is pain on earth. Especially with an Echo Saber, you get a free double hit off. He's going for the Desolator next. We'll have it up soon enough, but I guess since the lifesteal is, he's kind of been roaming around with the Slaughter or the Magnus, there's a little bit of downtime, and in that, you know, every single time it just feels like the Ursa is getting a lot of value on the map. He's not being recalled around. Looks like they want to use him in the bottom lane to take a fight. They will move him in here. He does get stumped up by that little Magnus control creep, and well, I guess they will lose that creep at the very least. They will mana league and make sure that that bounty goes to the Ursa. That is 125 gold, keep that in mind, so it is a pretty decent bounty to have. The Ursa does have that Icon Interceptor completed now as well. He's moving towards the Bastion next, so he can deal with the control of what's it called, next gen, whenever he gets RP'd, whenever he gets hit by something annoying, you know, gets crushed by the Slaughter or whatever. He can just pop his Enrage either way. And that's nice, you know. This is the Magnus counter item on Ursa. It's like, you know, RP is a good thing, and now it's not really going to be a good thing anymore. It doesn't really matter. He can just remove that stun if he wants to. You have a little infest bomb coming out. The Slaughter is infested with the lifesteal. They blink past. Okay, they actually just decide to just completely dodge out that little fight. They could have maybe gone for the OD, but since the shrine was active and well, they saw someone TPing in a second later. It's like, okay guys, we'll just play it safe. EVOS in the meantime, they picked up a Veil on the ODs. They decided to upgrade those that double null talisman thing and make it into an item. Might as well, I suppose. Might as well. They do have a decent amount of magical damage, so it's not a bad thing to have a Veil on your team. Also gives you a lot of on the OD top lane. Okay, Rubik tried to TP in position, tried to be the one who's able to push this lane and make sure that it doesn't get taken down. But in the meantime, He's going to be the one falling to the infest bomb. Bottom tier 2 tower will drop down the earth. He does have that Aegis available still. Does not have his enrage available just yet. He cannot use it because he's silenced and needs to be a little bit careful.
Radiant structures are
Should be
fortified.
fine. It is nighttime as well, so I guess they don't really want to overly commit with that Keeper of the Light not having his value heal available for a high ground push. Again, the slot and the lifesteal is infested yet again. The cooldown was off. They're looking for another jump on someone. Well, let's see what they can find. Centaur in the meantime is trying to finish up his acronyms. It needs 3,000 more gold before that is going to be thing. And well, you know, 50% damage reduction is always going to be. The Ursa does have that basher completed, and he is moving into a Mantis style next to so he can deal with the silence from next gen's silence. Keep both on the top lane. They get jumped by this little infest bomb, so the lifesteal does find another kill for himself. He does have his Desolator flying out to him now, so that is done and dusted. He's still scaling pretty nicely into some bigger items. The Lone Druid pick up a Desolator himself, so some reason double Desolator, guys. That's kind of weird. I guess since you're going for this like Manta style build on the Lone Druid, it might not be that confusing to go for right click items rather than like instead of going for something like a Maelstrom, you go for a Desolator. But you are playing with a life steal, so he's always going to get the Desolator. You shouldn't have two Desos on your team. It would be more normal if you saw him go for like, you know, an MKB rush if anything. A Daedalus rush, a Bloodthorn, or just the Maelstrom anyways. So double Desolator, you know, there's a little bit of value with it when you're pushing, when you're not together, when you're fighting in two different places, but in most cases you would not want to have more than one. And let's see, a lot of rotations coming out to the bottom area, but I'm not sure this is going to be happening. They do get spotted out team, and the Lone Druid in the meantime with the scope of that DPL with the infest bomb happening in the meantime. They go the Centaur maybe a little bit in trouble. He does get controlled up before Saf comes out. Looks like the Centaur may be able to survive. He does get Astral up as well. Rage is not going to do anything from the lifesteal. They're now looking to turn around. They're going with the Centaur. They're trying to go for Stomp. Not actually going to be hitting though, but they get the starter either way. He doesn't get a crusher off to go for the Stomp. Misses onto the lifesteal as the timing was off. The lifesteal will get a kill on the Centaur in the meantime. The lifesteal's not running down. This OD, the OD will blink away, and here comes the Ursa. Here comes the pain as the lifesteal will pay the price on the side of next gen Vietnam. So the initiation not quite working out on the side of next gen, and then they just get punished and killed on this Slaughter lifesteal infest duo. And that's always the price you have to pay, because whenever you're using this infest bomb, it's very common to just only have that one hero available. Yeah, like you have the start of the lifesteal moving around. They are super fast. So it's unlikely that your teammates is with you when you're making these plays, and that's what EVOS is like. Okay guys, they just roaming around as two people. We should punish them. We should try and bait them and then just go for a 5 versus 2 fight. And that should be easy to take, right?
Sweet.
Well, it's also nice having a Keeper of the Light at this point. Yeah. You have a gem completed on him. He just put up a second ago. He has that axe. He can recall people everywhere, so you can spread push easily with your heroes. The Centaur can farm the jungle, get that Aghanim's up and running as fast as he can, and whenever the fight is about to start, he can just be recalled by the Keeper of the Light. So this is why, you know, having a shot also is a great thing. Global Silence comes out top lane. Looks like they are going for a kill on this Ursa, and the Ursa will be taken down as his Aegis dropped on a second ago, and well, they're looking to abuse that opening, and indeed they do. Ursa still doesn't have his Manta style up, so silences is one thing that can really just put an end to all the items he has. None of the items he has can help him against the Global Silence until that Manta style is completed. So that's the one way they can abuse it right now. Won't be for too long, this Manta will be completed soon enough, but at least right now it was helpful. The Magnus will have his Shadow Blade complete in a moment. The Lone Druid does have that Manta style up very soon as well. The Lifesteal is moving towards a Basher himself. Sada, Blink falls, nothing else on top of that. The Blink will be picked up by the Rubik now. The Centaur will pick up that Acumen in 1,000 gold. Odie is now we see the RP coming out onto the OD. They're using all the control on the OD, but the stolen RP comes out by the Rubik. This is a 5-man RP. into a 5-man Illuminate Blast. This is looking good. The OD will go for a buyback. They want to defend this, but is it going to be good enough? Nice Astral on the Centaur, keeping him alive for now. It will go for the Infest Bomb. Oh, almost got the kill on the Centaur, but he got the blink away. The life steal gets taken down, but this was a buyback from the OD. They need to get more than just that one kill. They'll get the life steal for the TPing in. Here's this trying to run down the slot in the meantime, but he doesn't actually know where he's going, and well, that is going to be the end of this fight. They might try and have, they will have to force out a buyback from the life steal. That is the only way they can still make this a valuable trade-off, because the OD, that's a pretty big buyback to use, and you still only got the life steal as well as a silencer as a turnaround. They lost a tier 3 tower as well, so the shrines is vulnerable. They need to force something. They need to either get the tower or force out a buyback. One of those things. We'll see. Here's will be on the high ground. He's going to be the one pushing. The Illuminate Blast comes out. It is nighttime, so you need to be a little bit careful, but we'll see how much they can do. The Centaur got baited by the illusion, but not quite good enough. It's still going to be fine, and in the meantime, the Ursa runs into the base. Finally comes out on the starter. He will be fine, but very, very close to dropping down from the Ursa. And the Ursa will just back himself up. They're like, okay, guys, we're not going to be able to get this. Roshan is going to be up in 1 minute, so they don't want to risk giving that to the enemy. And EVOS will have to make the trade they can do. That is the small trade they can make. Small trade. That looked amazing, though. I mean, a 5-man RP from the Rubik, and this is the thing about playing Rubik against Magnus. Like, you have a Magnus on your team, the enemy team is always going to just automatically split up and be split off as much as possible, never stack up so you get a value RP. And when you're not playing against Magnus, when you have the Magnus on your team, it's like, why would you be scared about stacking up a little bit? Like, you don't have anything except for the Stampede, what's it called, the Stomp to worry about. So they just, like, you know, they clump up a little bit, and then the Rubik steals the RP, and he's like, I'm doing it, boys, and then bam, in the face. He still does have that RP available, by the way, for the next minute or so, so we'll use it for a fight if they want to. Usually you would expect them to try and go for a fight with that RP still being available on 2 boy, but like for now, next game they're playing very, very safe. They're using this life to pick on the front of the top lane, and now they will go to Roshan. But I'm not sure this is going to be a good play to give up Roshan to the enemy team EVOS. They might feel like they're not strong enough to fight right now. There's still 2,000 net worth ahead and 2,000 experience, but I guess net worth and experience doesn't mean too much before the OD finishes this BKB. Pre-BKB, this OD has had a lot of issues surviving, and it's not really going to be getting any easier. They have a lot of damage on the side of next gen. They have the DD rune running on the Lone Rune, that double Desolator available. They have the lifesteal almost having a Basher available as well with the cheese and an Aegis on him, so it's going to be hard to kill this guy. The Ursa in the meantime is looking for a jump somewhere. It could be a nice little kill, but no, not happening. The keeper on the mid lane got jumped, and well, even the Stampede came out, but the Stampede did nothing, as the amount of damage the Lifesteal can do in a couple of hits is just so goddamn high that the Stampede might not be that useful. Like 50% damage reduction if you get killed in 2 hits, that just means you get killed in 3 hits. So this is slow to kill that much. The Ursa gets jumped here. Does pop his enrage this time, but it's only going to buy him a couple of seconds. As it has so much damage, the second the enrage ends, just dies. That is 2 people dead inside of EOS. They do not have a buyback available on the Ursa. This could be bad, as next gen they're looking to go for a jump here. They use that global silence, but they still have the RP available in case of emergency. And well, EVOS will have to make a defensive call here. They have 50 seconds to go for that push. So see how much they can do in 50 seconds. The Metarax and Rain will drop down instantly. We will look for multiple one more. Are they going to go for some? Actually, they can't go for some more. They're just going to pick up some shrines. Whatever they can get in the base, they might take like 2 or 3 shrines. Looks like they're actually trying to go for the end. Even if they can just take 1 tier 4 tower, this is going to be a pretty good trade. Looks like EVOS did not look to go for a fight. See the live go. Trouble might have to give up this Aegis. Indeed, that is going to be the Aegis burning. The tier 4 tower gets taken down. He does have this raid available in case of emergency. And he was just trying to walk himself out. He just have an infest. He will go for the infest onto the slot, and the slot will move himself away. Just have his blink up and running. And well, that's what they can get. It's a pretty good trade though. They got a couple of shrines, they got a tier 4 tower, they got a set of racks in mid lane. Sure, they couldn't really get, like, you know, they could have probably gotten 2, maybe 3 sets of racks if the tier 2 towers wasn't up, but no, unfortunately, the tier 2 towers were still standing, so they couldn't get any more racks than that. Alright, well. Wow, the items is flowing. The gem has been taken away from the Keeper of the Light, so that is on the Magnus now. He has a Shadow Blade up. He's looking for his Refresher up next. Needs a couple more 1,000 gold before that is going to be a thing. 4 staff on the silence, and the life thrower does have an Assault Grasp completed in a moment. Slaughter does have a Shadow Blade as well, so they have 2 Shadow Blades on the side of next gen, so they have a lot of invisibility. In the meantime, on the side of EVOS, Ursa picked up that Basher on top of the, what's it called, the Mantis style, so you can at least dodge that global silence now, but it feels like it gets harder and harder for this Ursa to do anything in this game, as this is your big net worth here on the side of EVOS, and he is getting to the point where the hero just falls off. The Centaur is moving towards the Lotus Orb so he can heal with himself as well, and DOD, you know, still just banking up gold. I would still imagine that he's going for the BKB. Will be 2,000 gold away before he can complete that, but he's kind of saying to us at least that he wants to go for Hex instead, but I don't think that's going to be the right choice. I mean, you need something to deal with the global silence to stun on the side of connection, so I mean, even getting a Mantis out would be legit on OD at this point to be able to deal with that global silence, but BKB would just be the normal item to expect, so we'll see what it does. If he's going to go greedy and go for the Hex instead, I wouldn't necessarily like that. Another gem has been picked up by the Keeper of the Light as well. He lost the last one, so he will just buy a new one. It was off cooldown for ways. They go for a 4-man smoking. They're trying to go for a wraparound. Meantime, next gen, they're already backing themselves up. The Starlight Pest Bomber sitting down in the bottom lane. That could be good if they could find those, but they're not quite going to be in that position. The Ursa will go for his Empower. In the meantime, the Silencer will force off himself away. He will run himself away as fast as he can, but they might still be able to find something. Silencers, Stampede comes out, they're trying to move for something more. They see the Magnus as well, they're going to run for him. And let's see, can they find him? Manly comes out, looks like the Magnus is going to be stunned up. He gets control, he gets stunned. They see him, they know where he's running at, and they will be able to find this initiate. He goes for a blink away, they do have the Astral available in case of emergency, but the ODU will just hit him. He will just go for all that intelligence steal, and that is going to be 2 people dead inside of next gen. Vietnam, they lose the gem as well that they picked up a moment ago, so the Keeper of the Light will get that back. On test bomb, just, you know, casually poking by, finding a Rubik. Rage comes out from the light, so go for TP back home just before anything bad happens. Keeper of the Light might be nearby, you never really know. So just go for the safe play, get the hell out of that. Here, looking for a jump on the Lysel. They see him up here and trying to do something to him, but he's gone. He's out of that. I was gonna say, you know, maybe you can play around the Stampede being on cooldown, but it's only on cooldown for a very short amount of time. It's up in 10 seconds, so it should be fine for the side of EVOS. The Centaur still obviously making small progress towards his Lotus Orb. He needs that. He needs more armor to be able to survive this game, so him picking up something like a Lotus Orb and then to go straight in for an Assault Grasp would be logical, because he can survive. Maybe even a Shiva's God, you know. Just anything that can give him armor, really. DOD still banking up goals, so it looks like he's going to commit for that Hex pickup. So good late game item, but a very greedy one of those. Slaughter, top lane, does see this Ursa available to? They are looking for gank on him. They'll send out Manta Illusions up in the top lane, so they should still expect to be somewhere around here. And let's see if they can find someone. The Ursa will bring himself a little bit further away. Silencer, okay, they go for recall. Do they get some damage on them? No. They went for a scan a little bit too late, but, you know, if they could get some damage off the game first, they could actually stop the recall from being used, but they didn't know he was there.
Dyer's bottom tower.
Ursa is not going to be in the bottom lane. They'll put down the tier 3 tower. They might be able to take on the tower. Fortification comes out. Recall comes out as well from the Ursa, but no, the recall will be stopped, so he's going to stay here for now. I mean, he would be recalled like a second step further to the right, so I guess it doesn't really matter too much. Slaughter invested in the mid lane with the lifesteal. He's moving around trying to find some kind of jumps. Let's see, they're moving up to the top lane. There's good vision here from the side of EVOS. They have that high ground ward, they have that anti-Tinker ward, so the Rubik, he feels pretty safe sitting here. Slaughter's now going to They do have a sentry available in this area as well, so they need a lot of moving around. They lift them up, they control them, they try to run the control, steps out, goes to the stampede, might be fine for now. The lifesteal is going to try and just go for the TP back out the starter, needs to get himself further away. He will go for the steel guardian, Sprint comes out with the Rubik, so he might be able to chase him, but the blink comes away and he will TP himself in. It's always nice to have that backup of the global silence, right? You know, the Magnus is going to be this player will get himself away, blink falls away, so he's going to be fine. Things to worry about, but you know, as long as they have the global silence, they can always keep the slot and the lifesteal alive in decent fest bomb situations. As long as they have TPs available, you know, there's nothing bad that will happen. They could have maybe killed the Centaur if they were just focusing on killing him, but he didn't have that stampede coming up and the damage reduction, so they just decided, okay guys, let's just get the hell out before anything goes wrong. They could have very easily died anyways, so might as well just disengage, reset the fight. Reset the fight a little bit, back to in the mid lane. Okay, a little bit in trouble, we'll go for the skewer wave. Mana is now gone, and League is dangerous spell after all, and he doesn't have a BKB or anything like that to deal with it, so whenever he gets Mana League, it's like, you know, just get the hell out, We'll begin the top lane, gets jumped by the starter. That is going to be another kill to the side of next gen. Now let's see, they have vision of POEs and they're following him, but the starter's alone for now. He will go for a little ultimate on the OD, at least get some vision on him, but nothing else will happen. There's no one nearby to fight him, so we'll just move him away. The life still does have that assault crest completed. Still making steps for his Abyssal Blade. I mean, you know, it's going to take a while before that is completed unless it gets some good kills up and running. The Magnus does have his refresh up completed, so that is going to be a nice item to have. That's always a nice item to have. Lone Druid does have a Scotty completed as well, so everything is good. Scotty is a pretty nasty item to have this game as well. And good against both the Earth as well as the OD, because, you know, just slowing their movement speed is one thing, but slowing the attack speed is very, very good against these two heroes. I mean, you know, overpower means that you will always get that value attack speed up and running on the Ursa, but the OD, I mean, the OD does rely on hitting fast as well, so scan comes off from the side of the Radiance, so they know there's heroes around here. Heroes and the Centaur needs to play super, super safe in this top area. They were like, just trying to see maybe they could go for a jump on the Lone Druid, but they decided that since there was other heroes hiding behind him, they don't want to do that. Rather just get themselves out.
A soldier's fortune.
Alright. Like they're looking to go for a little play together. They bring back the Rubik as well. They scout out that the Roshan is now alive. And in the meantime, next time they don't see this, but they're moving into the area. The Magnus is close by. Shadow played it up with the Earth, keep it alive. They're available though on the high ground. You can see him over the sidelines to see the Stampede comes out. Lifesteal and the starter went in. The Stampede is going to keep him alive for now, but the OD might be a little bit in trouble. He gets RP'd up by this Magnus. They have another RP available in a second. Do they go in for the second one? They only got hit onto that OD, and the stolen RP comes up by Horde. As once again he steals it, he turns it around. The Lifesteal is going to be taken down. The Silencer is also dead next gen. They've lost two core heroes. Well, lost two good heroes. Painful. I'm not sure what's the most painful part. I mean, the RP could have killed the Centaur very quickly, but didn't really get a good RP off. In the meantime, Horde was on the higher ground, so he was just sitting ready to go for that RP steal, and he got it off. He used the refresh up instantly as well, so that means the next fight you will have RP available, but you will only have that one RP available. And since it's a very long cooldown for your refresher of the global talent is on cooldown for the next minute as well, so sure, you won't force any buybacks on the side of next gen, but EVOS, they're now going to take a fight where they only have to deal with one RP and no global silence while they're pushing the high ground, so they might just get a free set of frags here. The Lifesteal is still dead for 20 seconds, so let's see how much damage they can do in that downtime. The starter gets jumped, and this play comes out on him. Mana League, it still looks like the starter's going to be in control. He just gets forced out twice. The further away. In the meantime, Rams goes in further. Needs to be a little bit careful not dropping down himself. Will go for himself actually. He can't bring himself away, but no, he gets control. Force comes up to keep him safe. No, the ultimate not quite getting a kill on anyone. But he needs to be careful. He's dropping down very, very low. Brady comes out. He will be alive for now. There's no cheese available as well in case of emergency. And will be done something. RB comes out. Ursa gets axled up by the OD, so he's going to be alive yet again. He's getting straight away by Ursa. Now he continues fighting. Will take away the Lone Ridge Bear. Down. Ursa pops his straight as well. Will not die. Well, kind of an interesting fight on the side of next gen. They held the base, they didn't lose the tower, and well, it was just, you know, slowly. EVOS was forced to use the spells. Ursa was forced to use the cheese eat, and Ramsey still does have that Aegis available, but I guess he just didn't want to waste it. They still have 2.5, 3 minutes to go on it, so they can go for another fight if they want to. Filling up with this Keeper for Light in the meantime, and like that is going to be the play. In the meantime, the Slaughter is infested looking for a jump on someone. They do have the RP available with a double RP in 40 seconds, so they're ready to take a proper fight inside of next gen Vietnam yet again. They have the Soul Map still available inside of Rubik, so he might try and go for smoke while they still have it. It's up for about a minute or so. I believe, how long is the maximum? That's 300 seconds, that's 5 minutes, so it's like 1.5 minutes they have RP available right now. So the Rubik can still use it for a little while. Alright, third in the game. By the looks of things, let's see the items yet again. We have the Keeper for Life with the Lotus all completed, so that is going to be a nice Centaur's Lotus as well. So they have a lot of ways to deal with that Global Silence now. Both the offlane as well as one of the support heroes having a Lotus available. The Rubik is moving towards an Eel Center, so he can use that on himself, or just more mana region, more control, and obviously being able to take away the Global Silence from yourself. The OD just have that Hex completed as well. Travel puts on top of that, and well, I guess the next item would probably be something like a Shiva Scut, maybe some of Now right now, ooh, Rubik, let's blink away. Will he alive? Fine. So let's see, the Magnus with that refresh up, he's going for Lincoln Skill. Interesting. I guess it makes sense because the spell steal mainly. Obviously, you can make points about you being able to take away the Astral, the Hex from the OD or whatever, but I think mainly it's just because he wants to make it hard for the Rubik to get that RP off. Maybe if it's just like 1 or 2 fights where he uses RP and then instantly the Rubik is like spell steal, and then he ends up just being blocked with the Linkers. Trying to make sure the Rubik doesn't get a free RP still would be a good idea, because the RPs from the Rubik have been great this game. You don't want to give him that spell if you can avoid it. I believe the ran out now, so yep, indeed, the Rubik does not have RP anymore. No RP in the Rubik, so he's not going to be able to make those easy plays that he wants to. The Slaughter in the bottom lane, Lotus off completed. Still just small baby steps. He will set this up on the silence, he's moving for a refresher up as the next item. As having double global silence, that would be a great thing as well. Obviously they do have the Lotus ops and whatnot to be able to deal with the first one, but if you shoot out one, force out the Lotuses, and then shoot out another one, then it's pretty much the same thing as the early game where they couldn't do it. So, nice. Tower mid lane. A little bit too far out on his own. No came out from inside of next gen, and now he's dead for 80 seconds. They might be able to force a buyback from him straight away as next gen. They are moving in. They want to go for that high ground push. The Aegis is now gone on the OD, so that is what they were waiting for. Did they get a good jump with that RP from the Magnus? They go for a jump in 4 seconds. Comes out from here. Will get pushed back to the low ground. Will be fine. There's a field for 4 seconds. He goes and he gets a jump going. There's a pull on him. Continue. Nice time as well. Does not have that. He will be able to do it. It's going to be control. Will be stunned. That will be controlled. Astral comes out to keep him safe a little bit longer. On the light foot. OD. RP came out, didn't actually hit onto anyone big though, so that is not really anything big. They have another RP available. Stampede comes out, drops the EVOS, Centaur, he brought back to the Stampedes. Slaughter will be taken down first, Silence will be taken down second. They use all of their big spells on the side of next gen. They only have that one secondary RP available after using the refresher up on the Magnus, so looks like they'll just have to back themselves up. And another fight not quite going that well as the RP is just, you know, every single time you either get no RP or you get a one-man RP, and it just feels like it doesn't do anything. There wasn't any steal this time, so I guess they don't have RP on the side of EVOS right now, but it's still kind of a sad fight. And now EVOS, they should feel quite comfortable pushing, knowing the global silence is still on cooldown. There's 2 people dead inside of next gen. They won't have anything but 1 RP available as well, so this is probably the best time possible they can push. They will try and do that. The Centaur does not buy back the field, but he already completed his goal a moment ago, so it doesn't matter too much. Not like his refresher would be up for the next fight anyways, so using buyback on the tier is not too big of a deal. They're going to be pushing the bottom lane. The Lone Reaver does have his butterfly completed now, so it's getting scarier and scarier as every moment goes. He can now start picking up items on the bear as well. He's 6 on it, so I guess either you could upgrade the Death to something bigger, and you just send the Death onto the bear and, you know, pick up a Daedalus or something like that, Bloodthorn instead, or you start scaling into items from the bear like Assault Grass, Vladimir. A lot of items you can pick up on the bear. $4,000 gold on the Lone Reaver. You can literally buy whatever you want. It looks like they're trying to make some sort of play. They invested in moving out of it again as they likely want to continue just hitting creeps, get some items up and running. He is moving towards Lincoln Sphere as the next item, so I guess not a bad idea. Blocks away the Hex from the OD and the Astral. You know, just the first annoying spell that he has to deal with is not going to be an issue anymore if he gets a Lincoln Sphere up and running. So it's the same principle as the Magnus having a Lincoln Sphere. The first annoying spell is going to be taken away. Gives you a little bit of room to work with. And it looks like the Lone Druid is indeed moving towards just another damage item. We'll go for the MKB next. Will be up and completed momentarily. He can complete whenever he wants to, and then he can send the Desolator onto the bears. Like I said, the Desolator doesn't really have too much value in this draft anyways, because they already have one in life, so it's too much. Comes out to get a jump on the Keep of the Light. Astral comes out to save him, so he will be alive for now. Global Silence came out after the Stampede, so his life still not quite be able to get a kill here, but they get a 2-man RP off with the Magnus. He gets a jump. He has another RP available in 7 seconds. The OD is going to be focused down. Astral comes out, will keep him alive for now. Looks like the Magnus is not quite going to be able to get a jump on the OD. The OD coming onto the high ground, will be alive for now. Tries to focus on the lifesteal, will get a kill on the lifesteal. The lifesteal drops down. Looks like the Star is going to be the next one to drop. The Lone Druid tries to focus on the OD, but the OD goes for another self-astral. The Magnus is trying to get a jump on him, but the OD flings away again, and that is going to be the Magnus dropping down. 5-man wipe on the side of next gen, as they did not get that OD at all. Just, you know, Astral blink away, Astral blink away. He just never dies in those fights. And that is very well played by the side of EVOS, keeping that OD alive. The secondary RP was also not available from the Magnus because he didn't have enough mana to use his refresh up and use his RP, so the fight was just overall not that good from the side of next gen. And now here comes the buyback. They go to the top and they're trying to get a jump on the road. He takes a lot of damage from that Slaughter. It's a painful right click. He's trying to get himself away. Will falls off away. Will lift up. The Slaughter will be recalled to the bottom and he will be fine for now.
Dire's bottom barracks are under attack. Dire's middle tower is falling. Dire's bottom barracks.
See how much damage is going to be done. EVOS will take down one set of racks and now moving themselves away. Looks like that is going to be good enough for them. They don't want to commit for anything else, so They take down a set of frags, they can take down the shrines as well. They have 20 seconds to go before the Magnus is back up, so they take a small trade and they just play it safe. Either way, man, that is one fight, and then straight up, EVOS is now yet again ahead. They're 10,000 gold ahead, and next gen, they need to be careful about these fights. It's getting worse and worse for them. So, you know, sure, you're still the ones with the most late game scaling potential, but if you're not careful, those fights is just always going to end up very badly. It's like the Laundry did also opt to actually sell the Desolator rather than just pass it along to the Laundry to the ban instead, which maybe not a bad idea. Like I said, you know, the Desolator doesn't really have any place in this game because you have the life stealers, that's so, but it feels like it's a waste of gold. Like, you could just give it to the bat, right? Alright, and Fast Bomb comes out. Horde is going to be taking down that Rubik for 80 seconds. Let's have buyback available though in the meantime. Here's and the Centaur did go in for Roshan. Buyback comes out on the Rubik in the meantime. Global Silence was used, so they want to take this fight now that the Global is back down, but they need to find a good way to get a jump. They don't have the Stampede available either, and they didn't actually manage to jump anyone. The Ursa is now still yet again in the pit, trying to finish this off. The Laundry bat will be taken down. So that was the one giving some vision. The Slaughter is moving around. He's infested, available to go for a jump. Keep it light. Not the vision available right now. Picked up an Ethereal Blade a second ago. That's an interesting. Yeah, I guess, you know, when you're rich on the tunnel, then you might as well do something like that. The OD gets jumped on. The light steal comes up, but instantly gets hexed. He doesn't manage to get the rage off in time. The Slaughter got stunned by that Mana Leak as well, and he will be get away, but the lifesteal got taken down, and that was a buyback used earlier from the lifesteal, so him dropping is not good. Silence is not going to be taken down, and that is the second one to drop. Next gem, two heroes, none of them having buybacks available. Looks like next gem is going to be in a very, very troublesome situation here as it goes into Roshan. We'll try and finish up the stages. I'm not sure why you would do that when you know the lifesteal doesn't have buyback available, but I guess if you want to be ultra safe, you just go for Roshan, pick up an Aegis, pick up a cheese, and then look to end the game.
Roshan has fallen to the radiant.
Immortality.
Alrighty, let's see. They have Aegis, they have cheese, and they're going for the final push. But here comes the OD, he pops his ult with the Slaughter drops down instantly. As the OD still had 30 stolen intelligence, so that is a lot of work being done. Trying to make himself move away, does have moon substance on him as well, and looks like that is back themselves up there. That's a Slaughter kill. They can get the Millerack and the range back in the mid lane and continue going for the top lane as well. They just need to focus on the building as they're wasting a lot of time going for shrines and, you know, finishing off these goddamn illusions from the Laundry as well. They continue pushing the Sense on the top, and that's a lot of damage being done by the Laundry, but the Laundry gets jumped, gets forced away. So he's doing a lot of damage on.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Like the Laundry continues to hit, continues to force him away. Both out comes out, and here it will be controlled. The OD needs to get himself away. He needs to be a little careful. Self-Axel comes out. Might be able to get a jump on him. The Ursa goes back in, though the Laundry is going to be the target. Ursa. Now RP comes out, that's one RP, Global Silence on top of that. The Magnus is ready with the second RP. Let's see if they can get it. Nope, not actually happening. Ursa got Lotus and he got away. Oh, they still have the Stampede available, and I don't know. I mean, if you just go for the double RP straight away, maybe you can get the kill on the Ursa, but I guess they don't really feel like the fight is going that way, so it's very difficult to get a good fight going. I believe the best way that next gen can take a fight is basically by just letting the Magnus initiate with 1 RP, commit for that Global Silence, and then you use the Stardust Infest Bomb with the Life Stealer, and then try and get like a quick kill on someone. But, you know, you need to get that RP off. That is important. You need to get a good RP off to start things off. And it just feels like the Magnus have had a very rough game in terms of getting his spells off properly. Either he doesn't get them off at all, he gets like a 1-mana RP, never gets to use the second one, or that's pretty much how it feels like these fights are going to Slaughter. Now Smoke comes out, so the Slaughter needs to be a little bit careful, needs to get himself away from here. They do not have a gem on anyone. Yeah, they don't have a gem on anyone right here. But Kiva's in the front line who has a gem on him. They have a refresh up on the Centaur as well now, so he has that double Stampede available. That's a crazy thing. The OD does have a refresh up available as well, so double Hex, double Shield, double Ultimate coming as well in the backline to find Rubik though. That is one gem on him. He goes for Self-Pierce, will be alive, and now on the start is going to be run down in the meantime. The lifesteal will be focused on as well. They do have that secondary something available if they need it. The lifesteal will be killed. Looks like the starter will survive, and he will get himself away, but either way, they gave up the lifesteal again. Trying to go for that two-man lifesteal action, and again they get punished because EVOS, they just turn around. They know that it's always going to be just the two of them, so if they can just send up all of their manpower onto those 3 tiers, they will win the game. GG gets called by Nexium. Feels like taking this fight. They'll just call it, not having the lifesteal available for the next 50 seconds, so GG gets called. That is it. Game 1 goes to the side of Team EVOS. We'll see what Next Gen Vietnam can do in the next game, as it is a best of 2 series, so they still have some hope to get some points from this little series. We'll see. We'll see.
Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban.
Aw, come on.
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team pick. Dire team pick.
Darkseer.
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Weaver.
Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Shadow Fiend.
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Crystal Maiden.
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Invoker.
Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Needs assassin.
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Legion Commander!
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
mean, it is an Ursa lane. You only need one support or maybe even zero
Prepare
supporters.
for
He's playing up
battle.
against the Centaur, so of all the heroes, I'm pretty sure Centaur is like one of the easiest heroes to turn away with an Ursa, so I don't think they worry too much about that lane. The Weaver's moving out into the mid lane. Looks like they're setting up to go for a 5-man smoke move and try and get a catch on someone. Going to be interesting. Interesting decision. In the meantime, it is going to be Legion Commander moving down to the bottom lane. The Darks have picked up an Iron Talon, so they want to go for the greedy style on the side of next gen. They don't even want to go for this dual lane. They will just have the Legion Commander bottom and then have the Darks start up in the woods to begin with. So as much greed as possible. That's the I'm not sure. I'm not sure about it. I feel like EVOS, you know, you have an Nyx Assassin
30
with boots
seconds to
available.
battle.
You have a CM who can roam around as well. I don't think they have a difficult time stopping this from happening. Okay, Horde did decide to skill up his Crystal Nova level 1. I'm not sure that's the best play in the world. Usually you wait until you actually have to use the spell, but he decided to just go for Crystal Nova level 1. You know, that does mean he can't go for the AFK jungle with the Frostbite. In the meantime, they're moving up to the top and they're trying to find a jump on someone. They should be able to find someone. The Rubik will be spotted out here, and Squidgy comes out from the logic on the Nyx Assassin, oh well, on the Weaver, sorry, and well, that is a dead Rubik. Sunstrike hit as well, and Illogic will pick up the first blood. 3 bounty runes gets picked up by EVOS as well in the meantime, so all in all, they're making this work. They go for Trident into the top lane, so they contest the Ursa, they force him to make a rotation to begin with. He's going to just move straight down to the bottom area as fast as he can. The Legion Commander is going to be in the bottom lane until he gets here, and this is a lot of time wasted by the side of Next in Vietnam, as the Ursa walking down to the bottom lane is going to take him a while, and he decides to go for Windlace level 1, which was because I guess he was expecting to just be against the Centaurs. They wanted to be able to harass him and run him down, but now that he's going to have to go to the bottom lane where the Centaur is going to get a free level 2 for himself first, it is not going to be as valuable. The Nyx Assassin is going to be right next to the Darks in the jungle, will leech as much experience as he possibly can, make sure the Darks' jungle life is going to be a very sad situation. The CM will pull the top lane already, so what happened? What? Was I the only one seeing that? Like, if did the creep backer like just randomly break like half the way? That feels a little bit weird. He didn't get the pull. He didn't get the stack off as well because the creeps just decided to walk away. I'm not sure if it's because he already aggroed them before that, but that seemed like a bug. That seemed like a weird ass bug. All right, let's see. That is also the new set on the Weaver, fancy set. Centaur will TP to the top lane while the CM is awaiting his arrival. He will get a free little amount of experience for himself. The Weaver made a rotation to the bottom lane. He wants to get this lane against the Ursa as much as they possibly can. Mid lane, the Invoker is having the help of the Nyx Assassin momentarily. They want to maybe try and get a jump on this Shadow Fiend. They could maybe kill him, but I believe they do need level 3 on the Invoker before that can happen. They're trying to move in here in the meantime. Killing South comes out, they move in. The Nyx Assassin does have his Impale available. He's waiting to be able to use it properly. The Impale comes off. The Sunstrike is available. Do they need to use it, or do they just go for the right clicks? I guess they just go for the right clicks. The Shadow Fiend is going to be taken down. No need to use any excessive amount of mana. In the meantime, neutral creeps actually was the bane for the Darks here, so kind of interesting way to die, dying to neutrals like that, but oh well. It's some small mod golems, so I guess he was just trying to push to the limit before he had to use his healing salve or the shrine, so a little bit greedy on this Darks here. Will stop his farming a little bit, but in the meantime, EVOS, they've only gotten a couple of kills. They need to get much more than they're getting right now, because as you can see from the last hit table on the side of Next in Vietnam, they have pretty much 10-11 last hits on every single hero on that team, all these 4 core heroes. And as for EVOS, they're sitting on the same amount of farm, but only on 3 heroes, so there's pretty much 1 free core hero is just farming on the side of Next Gen. But if they keep getting kills, then it's going to be valuable for the side of EVOS. And now they got a secondary kill on the Shadow Fiend in the mid lane, so he's pretty much going to be back where he started in terms of souls, down to 4 souls now. The Weaver in the bottom lane does get picked off though. The Ursa with that Sentry Ward being put down, they get a jump and a kill on that Weaver. Pretty nicely done. Very, very nicely done there. You need to be a little bit careful a little bit careful. Only a little bit. I mean, he only has level 1 security, so it is a pretty long cooldown, and because of that, you need to respect the Ursa having that sentry ward available and not go too wild and crazy. And he knows this is available now, so he will be able to move himself away. In the meantime, they try to work him down. The Weaver needs to go a little bit further away. He's moving down the other way. Crystal Nova comes out from the CM, trying to give him a little bit of room to work with, and the Weaver should be fine. And now, if he didn't know it before, he definitely does know now that they have a sentry ward available. So he may ask for a D-ward or something like that. The CM will have to buy one for him. The CM himself is level 3 right now, so he can farm the jungle if he wants to fix up that double damage run. But you have the Darkseid running him down, or at least attempting to. He will follow him with that Iron Shot. He can just go for the Frostbite if need be, though. And he will slow down the Darkseid a little bit. The Darkseid does not want to continue following him down, so the CM will be fine. Darkseid is wasting a little bit of time from him. We'll pick up the bounty run from the enemy team, at least get that much value. Centaur on the top lane is level 4 as well now, so the net worth wise still a 500 lead on the side of EVOS, as they are continuing to be ahead in terms of kills. The Shadow Fiend has just been rotating himself back and forth in the jungle for the time being, as playing against this Invoker is not too much fun anymore. The Invoker got so much help that he's 1 level ahead of the Shadow Fiend, and everything is working out great. The Legion Commander is level 5 himself now. Bottom lane, the Rubik ended up dropping down. Ursa is trying to stay alive. The Sakuchi Weaver needs to be careful though. 3 more seconds before he can go for the next Sakuchi. The Ursa is not quite going to get close enough to actually kill him though, and he will be fine on this Weaver. CM in the meantime is going to be the one being run down instead by the Ursa. Orb Venom is available. He finds him. He gets that hit off. Another power is available. Horde is going to be taken down, so the Ursa gets 1 kill. Maybe we'll be able to get the Weaver kill as well. A little bit closer to the Weaver. They go in. They have 2 more hits available, and they will get the Weaver. So the Weaver trying to go in, and he will be punished as well. 2 dead on the side of EVOS. They lose the Legion Commander in the top lane from Rams's Sunstrike. So kills happening all over the place. Alright. Assassin is moving himself around. He's level 4, almost level 5. He actually having more experience compared to the Darkseid, who's been jungling for pretty much the bigger part of the game. He's sitting on 30 lasses right now. Top lane, the Centaur, also having 25 lasses for himself, moving towards a Hood of Defiance as the first item. He's taking a lot of damage here. The Legion Commander trying to burn him down as much as possible, and it is the Centaur. He does survive too well. Bottom lane, the Ursa as well as the Rubik gets taken down. Sunstrike, plus just a lot of teamfight power from the side of EVOS will secure that they get those 2 kills, and finally they put some more pressure on that Ursa. So that's what they have been trying to do the whole time, but they have been failing to do that so far. Nyx Assassin being in the bottom lane does help though, and he does have his arcane boots completed now, so pretty much the same amount of farm as you would expect him to have as an off-lane hero. So the Nyx Assassin is paying off. Centaur top lane, they try to go in, they want to get that ultimate off with a duel from the Legion Commander, but nice timing with that stomp from the Centaur. Will be able to keep himself alive.
This'll come in handy.
Not quite level 6 yet, but he will have level 6 momentarily, and then he will be in a good position having that Stampede available, so he can help himself as well as his teammates. The Legion Commander is trying to go in and find him, maybe get an easy dual kill here, and well, he's definitely looking for it. He goes in, back himself up. Not sure if he should have tried to do that or not. I guess he just he saw that he had enough mana for Stampede, so he was like, okay, it's not gonna happen. Bottom lane, Darkseid maybe a little bit of trouble. The Weaver has his time lapse available, so it looks like Darkseid is going to be taken down. 1 more hit, and that is all they need. Time lapse comes out, and the Weaver will be able to get himself away from the 3 kill on the Darkseid. In the meantime, in the back lines, the CM double raise comes out from the hasted Shadow Fiend, and that is a dead CM. 1-for-1 trade-off in the bottom lane. The Shadow Fiend will just move himself back into the mid lane. The Legion Commander is in position to go for a dual kill here. He will go in, he will try and get that duel off, but the Invoker will just go invisible as fast as possible. Skill out that Alacrity, and well, he's going to be fine. You know, as fast as you can possibly click Ghost Walk, that's pretty much what you have to do in that situation. Just get it off and running. And well, that just denies that little move there from the Legion Commander. He's now going to move himself to the bottom lane, so it just feels like this Legion Commander is searching in every single lane for a possible duel, but he's not been able to find it so far.
Double damage.
And let's take a look at the overall net worth, shall we? The Weaver as well as the Invokers, the 2 heroes in front. the Ursa as well, so Shadow Fiend is a little bit behind the Centaurs, ahead of the Legion Commander as well, and I guess the AFK farming Darkseid not quite doing as much as you want him to. He does have Arcane Boots completed now, but the next Assassin is only 300 gold behind him, so compared to not having any lasters on this next Assassin, he's not doing that badly. He will have his level 6 up in a moment as well, so you can start moving around with his Vendetta and get some more kills going. Good, last turret drops down the bottom and the Weaver finds some nice little grabs. SMP comes out, they're looking for jumping the top end. Ursa is going to be the target. Sunstrike comes out, not really doing any damage, but they have more than enough control to keep this Ursa standing still for a long time, and they will get the kill. That is going to be the Centaurs. Hood of Defiance completed as well, so he will continue to be able to jungle very, very fast. And yeah, well, I like what I'm seeing. Here in the mid lane, almost dropping down there. The Shadow Fiend, a lot more help. We do have the Vendetta coming up from the assassin. Doesn't get his impale off. Looks like the Shadow Fiend might be able to survive it, maybe even get a return kill. Spike Service comes out, very nicely done there. The Invoker might be able to survive and get a kill on the Shadow Fiend first. They need another impale off. The next assassin needs to go deep to get this impale. They can get the impale off. He gets it off. The Shadow Fiend drops down, so a little bit unfortunate. If they hit an impale, they would have been able to get the Shadow Fiend kill without having to give up any heroes, but at least getting a 1-for-1 trade-off is the best of a bad situation. In the meantime, bottom lane, the Legion Commander got into the victory on the Weaver. He will get the CM kill as well. The Centaur on the top lane gets taken down, so kills is happening everywhere. Almost 5 people being dropped down on the side of EVOS altogether, so they're just being killed everywhere. Sure, you get the Shadow Fiend kill, but losing 4 heroes on the map for a Shadow Fiend is hardly going to be worth it. Alright, well, that's not quite what you would expect to see. I mean, especially because next gen have these 4 cores, so suddenly getting 4 kills on the map, all around each other. Ursa in the top lane does get taken down by the Weavers, so I guess they are trying to just salvage the situation a little bit. EVOS, they gave a lot of net worth away in that little skirmish there, 2,000 net worth being given away. But either way, let's see how the net worth is going. The Legion Commander still about 1,000 gold away from his bling dagger, and the next assassin is looking for a kill on him in the bottom lane. Maybe they can try and set up the Centaurs available as well. Stampede available, they'll go for the Stampede. The Legion Commander is going to run down, and well, Sunstrike follow up, everything ready to go, so not necessarily needed, but either way, they will get the kill. That is a good kill. The Legion Commander is one of those heroes that you need to get him active as soon as possible in this game, and shutting him down, making sure his blink timing is going to be late in this game means that EVOS will have a lot of room to work with us. This Legion Commander, if he doesn't get his blink up before 15 minutes at most, I believe he's just going to be a creep in this game pretty much. He's just going to be a walking, you know, press the attack using Legion Commander, and that's not a good thing. That is not a good thing. See what else? The Rubik. Arcane Boost is going to be completed on him, so I guess he's position 6 support. It's not all that bad. The next assassin does have an impale available, does have this Vendetta available in case of emergency. Might have to use it, but nah, he's fine. Don't want to run that far away from him. The Dark's in the meantime trying to finish up his mechanism. He does need 500 more gold before that is going to be available, so it isn't going to be that late for a off-lane Darks here, but the Legion Commander is it just feels like having this hero as a position 4. I don't know, man. It just feels like it's not going to do enough this game. It's not going to do enough as a support hero, and it's not going to do enough as an offlane hero. So having this like in-between kind of thing with the Legion Commander doesn't seem like it's going to be a good idea. Sam Pepper.
Regeneration.
Doesn't have a TP available. He will go for this enrage. Might try and get some damage onto the Weaver in the meantime. He will get himself a little bit further away, but in the end, the result will be the same. The Weaver will get the kill on the Ursa. So again, Ursa drops down. Another hero that has to get a good time in the early game, and that is 2 heroes on the side of next in Vietnam who's just being shut down repeatedly.
Dire's top tower is under
Ursa
attack.
sitting on face boost plus his little morbid mask, so very, very long time before his blink is going to come online. In the meantime, the bottom lane is actually get taken down. That is another kill inside of EVOS. In the meantime, the Legion Commander is trying desperately to go for that duel on the next assassin, but the next assassin is making sure his distance is far enough. He will not give up that dual kill to the Legion Commander. The Legion Commander meantime, double edge comes out. Nice 2-man impale, and that is going to be a dead Legion, potentially a dead Rubik as well. We'll go for the spike caravan comes out. He knows that he's going to be hit. The next assassin outplaying the Rubik. That the Rubik was like easy kill, but not happening. Not happening. Just not happening. This next assassin is playing like a god this game. He will have his blink up in a moment as well, so just 100 gold left to go. Then that blink is up and running, and he's having a beautiful time. He's having a very, very good time. We will go for that blink. He's trying to find a jump on the Shadow Fiend. Will force out a TP from the Shadow Fiend at the very least, but you know, next to his own base, and he's forced to TP away. That's always a sad thing. Time lapse. Up to the Weavy, will be fired, but he gets fueled up instead, so it looks like he will be taken down. That's a good kill to the side of Next in Vietnam, and another duel victory to the Legion Commander. Will give him a little bit more. I'm not sure what that timing is. Oh, that was the Aegis timing, so just giving the Aegis timing to everyone on the map just in case of emergency. Why not? And yeah, well, Aegis gets picked up by the Ursa. He gets a little room to work with there. They get a kill on the Weaver, and now it's just about getting those blinks up and running from Next in Vietnam. They have 700 gold to go for the blink of the Legion Commander. They have about 1,000 gold to go for the Ursa's blink. So once those two blinks is up and running, they can start making some plays on the map. They have the spec on the Darkseid, and the Shadow Fiend is trying to get the Shadow Blade up and running. So even in the meantime, when he comes out, they try to get a jump on the Darkseid. Darkseid gets burned down. That is one dead inside of Next in Vietnam. The Legion Commander needs to be a little bit careful. Stolen because Med Deafening Blast comes out from the Rubik, but not quite enough to get a kill on the CM. The CM will just go for a little earn on himself, and he'll be fine. Don't need to worry. Weaver's moving up to the top, and in the meantime, still trying to finish up that Lincoln CS. He needs a little bit more gold before that is going to be a possibility, but you know, latest all possible. Better late than never. The next assassin to be the final so they do have the Sunstrike follow-up, so if they get the Weaver in here, they can go for him, and indeed they're trying to do that. Impale comes out as well. Sunstrike comes out on top of him. He will be hit by the Sunstrike, goes for the Enrage in the meantime. He will be controlled. He tries to go for TP back home, and he should be able to survive that, so nice use of the Enrage there, finally. It's kind of difficult though, because if you don't go for the Impale, you don't get the Sunstrike off, and you don't get like most of the damage, so it's pretty much impossible to stop that TB from happening. They just need to try and burst him down as quick as they can, and it didn't actually happen. So they will have to make sure that the Ursa will get bursted a little bit more next time. Meantime, mid lane. Blink is available as well now with that Hood of Defiance already completed prior to that. The Invoker does have his Acronym Scepter up in a moment as well, so Midas plus Axe up at 60 minutes into the game. Weave in the top end ended up dropping down as they got a jump on him. Was that a Shadow Fiend? Yeah, that was just Requiem of Souls bomb come out there.
Double damage.
Sadly missed though, but he blew him up to bits with a Shadow Fiend, what's called a Shadow Blade reveal. He had the most look on now in the mid lane. They're trying to
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
The Sand Tower is in position though in the sidelines, and the assassin is moving around. They have that double blink available, so they should be able to defend this if they commit forward. The TM in the meantime though is in the bottom and doesn't have a TP available, so they'll have to fight without those heroes. They'll go in front and deal with the next assassin, but they'll lose the tower either way.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Now Ursa, TP's onto the bottom and will continue farming. Blink is up momentarily, so everything is going to where it needs to be. They have the double blink up and running now, so next in Vietnam they should be looking to make some smoke plays on the map. They still have the Aegis up for the next 6 minutes. Trying to jump on the CM. Stampede comes out to try and get the CM a little bit of time to work with, but the CM drops down either way. Now the Earth is going to be taken down. That's the Aegis dropping down. In the meantime, the rest of the team is TPing down here. They try to go in. They want to take this fight with the Earth still alive, but the Earth will be taken down. No enrage available. He will be killed. Meteor comes out. Looks like the Commander goes into a duel victory, but the Meteor, stolen Meteor comes out from the Rubik, doing a lot of damage. Not quite enough though. They will lose 4 heroes. They might lose the 5th one as well. The Rubik will be targeted, and he will be killed. Doesn't have any mana available, so he cannot steal anything. He does have the troll stick charges though. Looks like the Weaver will have to go a little bit deeper to get this kill, but he will get the kill. Next Assassin will be the one finishing him off. So 5-man wipe on the side of Next Gen. And the only kills they got was the CM as well as the Centaur. So EVOS took another very good fight for themselves. They're now going to be around 5,000 gold ahead once the net worth graph kind of settles itself. The Q1 on the bottom and will be taken down as well. And in terms of items, what they can get in this fight, that's going to be some good items. The Lincoln Sphere will be picked up by the Weaver. The Centaur, I guess he got killed, so he didn't really pick up anything too big, but he is going to move towards that Academic Scepter, as per usual. The Invoker does have his Trial Bits completed now, and he will... Oh, Trial Bits completed soon, and he will go for the Blink next to Blink will come out next, and Peak comes out. They go for me too. They get a jump on the Rubik, so Kuchi will keep him alive, and now we'll see him get taken down. In the meantime, in the background, they're trying to go in for a duel. They will duel the Centaur. Is it going to be good enough, though? Do they have enough damage? Looks like that is going to be the case. They get a duel victory on the Legion. 2 dead on the side of EVOS, as they went a little bit too far. And now the Reckless bomb on the Weaver. Oh, we've already seen this. Doesn't end well, as the Shadow Fiend will get a free kill on the greedy Weaver. Oh boy, EVOS. Don't do this to yourselves, man. That's a lot of net worth being given away. That is 2,000 gold just in a matter of minutes being given away to the side of Next Gen. And they have a greedy draft, so you cannot allow them to get these easy kills. Assassin, did he just outplay the Legion yet again? Looks like he was just sitting under the creepway waiting for that overwhelming odds to come out. Got the Spike Carapace done off, and that is a dead Legion. That is a dead Legion. This Nyx Assassin is a godlike player, man. He's making so many plays happen. He's making so many plays happen. He's having a beautiful game. He will go for the Eels at the next, as it makes sense. Playing against Legion Commander is pretty much, and Ursa, these 2 heroes, it's like playing against an Axe. Having an Eosep pretty much just counters them. As the Legion Commander, whenever he goes for a duel, if you don't have the burst to kill him, you just heal him. Make sure that he doesn't do that blade mill damage onto any of your heroes. The Ursa, whenever he uses his rage, you can just heal him, delay the time, just keep him in control without letting him move away. So, you know, Eosep is just generally a very good item. Also, the defensive approach is whenever you're in trouble, you can self-heals, of course. So, it's also good. Alright.
Swiftly through forest shade.
Comes out on the CM. Duel comes out as well, and that is going to be a free kill on the CM. Bit of vision, and then everything can happen. Goes for the impales, and Shrek comes out on top of him. Looks like they have the control to work with, and that is the Legion Commander being picked up. Now they see the Ursa as well. They try to go on him, but it's not going to be in time. He will be killed. The enrage will only keep him alive for a second longer. Not too much to work with. That is 2 dead instead of next in Vietnam. The Rubik is going to be the next one being run down. He still has that Sakuchi available for the next 30 seconds or so. So, yes, it's going to be difficult to kill. Shadow Fiend goes out. See? He's this next assassin. Get a little bit of damage on, just a little hit as well as a raise. Well, you know, why not? Drops them down to half HP, may force a shrine heal here just to... Like, they'll go for the shrine. Might as well do some damage while you're at it, right? That's the bottom lane. Pushing this out with the Weaver. The Weaver is moving towards that Dragonlance next item, so just more stats, more survivability. Doesn't want to go for any damage items just yet. This game, I would imagine, is going to be a Diffusal Blade. That's going to be his first big damage item, just so you can purge away the Surge. Plus, you know, Diffusal Blade against Ursa is always a great thing. Make him slow, make sure he doesn't move anywhere. And if he doesn't have any mana, it's very hard for the Ursa to function in the fights anyways.
Unstoppable!
Oh
boy. Assassin goes in, gets a jump, gets a kill with a Sunstrike follow-up on that Shadow Fiend bottom lane. They go for an ultimate with a CM. They try to focus down the dark, so the Sakuchi Weaver is going to follow him down, is going to run him down. He should be able to kill this kill as a Surge. He's only going to be on cooldown from now, and yeah, that's it. Dead CM? No? Yeah, did he? I'm not sure what healed him. I think the Mechanism heal came out, so I guess the Weaver was not quite expecting that. The Ursa in the meantime will be taken down the mid lane. He's trying to find more kills, but they are not going to find anything else. So the people that are of negative in Vietnam, they should be able to get the tier 2 tower on the bottom lane, and they should be able to get the tier 2 in the mid lane as well. In the meantime, the CEO on the sound tries to get a jump on the dark, so Sunstrike comes out. The Sunstrike will do a lot of damage, making the dark here dead. On the the sideline. The Legion Commander gets the dual victory on the CM, but he might be killed here as he's going to run down into the base on this Weaver. Falls out of Shrine. He does have his time lapse available as well. We'll go for the time lapse. We'll be able to get out of there. And bottom tower might be the one they want to push on. In the meantime, mid tower will be focused on by Rams on this Invoker with the Centaur Warner as well. They do have the return damage they can do onto the tower, and that is going to be one more tower going that way.
Dire's middle
Bottom
tower
tower.
has
Oh,
fallen.
they can still go for it if they want to, but it just depends how greedy the Weaver feels like being. He sees the Shadow Fiend, so he's not going to be worried about that Requiem of Souls coming out, and that is going to be a tower almost dropping down just a couple more hits. So we'll go for the deny.
Dire's
And
bottom
yeah,
tower
well,
has been
might as well.
denied.
Might as well. Either way, that is what 3-for-1 trade-off, something like that, and they get 2 towers as well. And inside of EVOS, they're now going to be 10,000 net worth ahead and almost 15,000 experience. Vega in the back line, tries to go on the Legion Commander. The Swarm comes out, the Thunder comes out on top of him, and the Legion Commander should be taken out easily here, as there's nothing keeping him alive. The Vendetta threat comes out finally by the next assassin. Here's in the sidelines, goes in, but the Weaver should be fine. Lincoln's here, time lapse available, all of these good things, so there's any way they kill him without having something like a Basha available or likes. But you see him, that's a different story. He's much easier to kill, and they will be able to bring him down. Alright, let's see, the next assassin does have an eel scepter completed now, so pretty much an off-lane kind of farm on this next assassin. Centaur does have his Aghanim scepter completed now, moving towards a refresh drop straight away, so he does have that 50% damage reduction as well with Lincoln's on the Invoker as well, moving towards an eel scepter of all things this game, so I guess he wants to be able to set up for those combo kills, and I guess it makes sense this game. You're playing against Ursa, so eel scepter is always valuable when they don't have BKBs, and the Shadow Fiend doesn't quite have his BKB yet, so if you can get like an eel combo off on him, you can burst him down quite easily as well. Just banking up gold, maybe something like a Clear Cave or Force Off will be his first item. They finish off Roshan. They pick up the 80s on the wave. In the meantime, the next assassin is going to be a little bit in trouble. We'll go for his back grab, but will be alive for now. Stealthy also is available as well. Doesn't try to get it off. Meantime, he tries to build a little damage before that happens. Tornado comes out, definitely fast as well. EMP on top of that. The Rubik drops. Here's a drop. The Doxy will be killed next. They try to keep him alive with the pressy attack, but it's not going to be working as he will die as well. 3-for-1 trade off the next assassin's death, paying off. You know, very, very costly death for the side of Next in Vietnam. They got a kill, but, you know, they lose so many heroes every single time. They will lose the T2 on the top lane as well, as that should be fairly easy to complete, and they might even try and force high ground here on the side of EVOS. Only having the next assassin dead, they still have the Stampede available in 30 seconds. There's only a buyback available in the Rubik, so they could at least do a little bit of damage to the tier 3 tower. Looks like that's going to be the play. The Invoker in the bottom lane does have those extra Forge Spirits available, so he will go to the high ground and try and do a little bit of damage to this building. In the meantime, the Shadow Fiend comes in from the back line, tries to go for a Requiem Bomb, and is going to be able to get it off. Let's see, he gets it off. Does a lot of damage. Rams will be taken down again. The Shadow Fiend, just every time he gets those Requiem Bombs off, and that is 1,200 gold being given away to the Shadow Fiend for that one kill. So that is a very valuable kill. Taken. Ursa goes to the embrace, Stampede comes out. They will have the Stampede being stolen. Looks like there's maybe a little bit in trouble. Has to something available. Will just try and juke himself around. Vacuum Wall comes off from the dark. We'll keep him in place for now. The Centaur. To the stomp. CM will be killed. Looks like the Centaur maybe the next one to fall. The next assassin is in position trying to go for something. Will go for the kill. Misses the impale. BKB comes off from the Shadow Fiend. The next assassin maybe the next one to fall. They try to burn him down, but he's too fast, too quick. Alright, well, Weaver got killed, Aegis got dropped, they lost the Centaur, they lost the CM, so again, EVOS, you know, they get a successful fight and then they just throw everything away. It feels like that's how it happens every single fight. Sure, the bottom kill was just unfortunate, you know, the Invoker pushing, being greedy, but the Shadow Fiend got one of those Requiem Bombs off yet again, and I mean, you need to start respecting that. You need to start just pushing together as 5 on the side of EVOS. Have sentries, have gems, have something to be able to do with that Requiem, not just do those plays. Stampede comes out from the Rubik, they go in, they get a duel off, and that is going to be a dead Weaver. Try to go for the Sun Strike, not happening though. The Ursa will have his BKB up in a moment. The Shadow Fiend's BKB has already been up, and he used the first charge already. Top lane, they go for a jump on the dark side, they go for Meteor as well, and that meatball will be his death. Alrighty. See, Centaur. Still a long way to go for that refresher purchase. Still a long way to go. The next Assassin's next item will be the Force Elf as well, so he's going for a pretty much, you know, standard initiation, utility heavy, offlane next many utility items as you possibly get. The CM will be killed here by the Shadow Fiend in the meantime. Actually pops his BKB just in case of emergency, I suppose, but I feel like that was necessary. I'm not sure if that was because he wouldn't have got the kill otherwise, or if he just, you know, for safety, he popped his BKB. Alright, let's see. Assassin on the hunt, try and find something. Have any gem available on the side of next gen just yet. Sentries, of course, on the Rubik, but no gems have been purchased on either side just yet, so both teams, they're just playing it. They know that, you know, they can both very, very likely die. We in the bottom lane, they be picked off here, they have a duel available, they try to go in, they want to get that duel off, gets fucked up, and they throw stolen. Oh, Timeless comes out just in time, the Weaver will be alive for now, we'll get himself where we will have Sakuchi, so nice attempt from the side of next gen, but not quite happening. Quite happening. If they got the duel off, even despite the 50% damage reduction from the Stampede, they probably would have killed the Weaver, so the only option there was basically by getting the time lapse off. That was the only way you could survive that one, so we done that, I think. Alright, the Shadow Fiend has an Orchid completed now. Kind of interesting item, but Bloodthorn is always a good item, gives you a lot of damage. And having more ways to deal with the Invoker, of course. You know, once the Link is popped, you can silence him. The Weaver as well. Right to the top lane, on the bottom lane. Pops in rage, does have a BKB available as well in case of emergency. They have a vision of him. They might try and go for a Sunstrike pop here, but looks like, yeah, not happening. The Invoker is playing around, doesn't actually worry about that Sunstrike. Tries to tick for the Sunstrike now, but it's still on cooldown for 5 seconds. Doesn't really matter.
A golden thread.
That is going to be the Weaver dropping down. Stampede comes out from the side of EVOS, but that 50% damage reduction, it just doesn't do nearly enough when he's all alone on the Weaver. He doesn't have that much HP, so they can easily pop him either way. Another duel victory to the Legion Commander. He's now sitting on 90 duel damage. He's moving towards the Shadow Blade. The Ursa is trying to pick up a damage item as well. He will go for the Thorn himself as well, so like the Shadow Fiend, they just want to get those silencers up and running, and more ways to pop Lincoln Spheres, more ways to make sure the duel comes off with the Legion Commander, so it's not a bad idea. The Rubik has a blink completed now, moving towards the gem next, so they can finally get some vision on the Weaver. The pipe is complete on the dark here. He's of all things moving towards the BKB as well, so I guess that's just him saying he doesn't want to die to random Joker that easily. The Ursa hit by Deafening Blast, pops his BKB just in case of emergency. He didn't really know how much damage it was going to take. Maybe throws a Sunstrike on top of him as well, so I guess the safe approach is just always popping your BKB. He didn't have any mana available, so the EMP wouldn't have done that much damage, but I guess it wasn't a panic move. Might as well. Shadow Fiend. Thing for the next assassin. This is the hit on the meatball comes out, definitely fast as well. They want to take him down, they want to hold him down. The BKB has been popped. The Shadow Fiend still alive on the side. Some coming up from the Centaur. Tornado on 3 heroes controlling them. Nice ball as well. The Legion Commander will be surged up for the moment. Tries to get him away. The Shadow Fiend on the sidelines will be alive for now, but no, the Sakuchi hits him. Right by Sakuchi will get the kill on him. In the meantime, in the back lines, the Darkseid tries to survive. He does have a surge available in a second. He will go for the surge. Will get himself a little bit further away. The Yield Scepter is on cooldown for the next couple of seconds. They will continue running him down. They do have the Force Staff available on the next assassin, so they will find this kill. And even though he's invisible, they will still find the jump on him. Sunstrike comes out, and Darkseid will be taken down. Sunstrike doesn't actually hit, but they get the kill regardless. Wow. Rans is playing pretty damn well on that Invoker. The Stampede, the Storm coming up from the center, the blink into that stuff, but the Invoker, you know, 3-man tornado, meatball coming out on top of the Shadow Fiend, almost turning him down. The ice wall buying a lot of time, and that just seemed like the fight was won. Now get a kill on the Rubik in mid. on the side of next in Vietnam. They jump in, they try to burn down that Legion commander, will force a buyback straight away, but he's the only one who had buyback available on the side of next, and they don't have 3 heroes, so it's Ursa plus Legion in the next 20 seconds. They will lose at least 1 set of racks here.
Dire's middle tower is
EVOS, they're trying to just end this game. They want to win it, and they want to win it now. Max tries to go in, tries to force a fight. The best thing you can do here if you want to end the game is by trying to force a fight while the 3 heroes are still dead. Let's see if they can get a kill. They're looking for the bottom side of racks as well. They want to get as much as they can. The range racks in the mid lane will be taken down. Taxi goes in, tries to defend that, but the catapult is still doing his work. The range racks will be taken down by the Invoker. Melee racks will be taken down as well. Team tries to survive, but looks like he will be picked off. BKB was popped by Dearest to make sure he got that kill. But either way, 2 sets of racks will take it down from the side of the EVOS. Now the Weaver, Timeless comes out, Tornado comes out, buys him a little bit of time. These ballers go on top of that definitely blast as well. They will burn down the Legion commander. There's not going to be a dual break victory coming up to the side of EVOS, but they get the Legion, they get the Rubik. Break from the Soul comes out, and he comes out number 2, and let's see. Oh, it's stolen. Okay, GG WellPlay gets called, Shelfie gets killed before the game ends. But that is the end, boys. Stolen Stampede didn't quite do that much on the side of next gen, and the Weaver surviving the initial duel, and that was just the end. EVOS, no buybacks on anyone on the side of next gen once again, and they could just go